Every time I talk about getting a guy to chase you, there's always people in the comment sections who are like, well, that's stupid. Why do I have to play mind games? Why can't I just show interest up front and just be transparent? First of all, there's two phases in relationships. There is the interest phase and there's the maintenance phase. Think of the interest phase as like the first impression phase, right? It's the first few interactions that you have with somebody that determine whether or not you are interested enough to actually continue in building a relationship with them. And lucky for us, the interest phase happens to be one of the most extensively researched topics in social psychology. There have been so many studies on the psychology of attraction, but let's talk about one in particular where researchers basically sent out a bunch of people on 3 rounds of first dates. For the first round of dates, they were told to agree with everything that the other person said. In the second round, they were told to disagree with everything that the other person said. And then for the third round, they were told to disagree for the first half and then agree for the second half. What they found was the attraction ratings were the highest for the third group of people. So what does that mean? That means we're generally more attracted to people who slowly warm up, as opposed to people who are like way too warm, way too fast, or people who are too cold for too long. And this is a consistent finding in a lot of other social psychology experiments. And really it just has to do with the fact that as human beings, we're conditioned to place more value on something that we've had to work for. So when we feel like we got somebody to open up as a direct result of our efforts, we're much more likely to like them. And whether or not you want to admit it, this is basic human nature. Like, these are patterns that most people generally fall into just because it's how we are as humans. Are there exceptions? Certain guys that don't fall into that category? Absolutely. Outliers do exist at the end of the day, but it doesn't change the fact that this is basic, like, human psychology. Most of us are going to fit into that category. So if you know those principles, like, why wouldn't you use them? It's not like you're changing your personality. You're just pacing yourself with how much you give and increase it slowly over time. And it's not even all about getting a guy to like you. Like, there are so many other valid reasons as to why you should take it slow and pace yourself at the beginning of any like talking phase. And when you hear me say getting a guy to chase you, I'm not talking about having him literally like pine after you and you just rejecting him and be like, I don't want you. Like, that is not what this is at all. Getting him to chase you literally just means allowing him to take the lead when it comes to the pursuing. And giving him just enough of a challenge to make him feel like he's actually working for it. But if you're somebody who prefers to follow your feelings and be all in right away, by all means, that's your prerogative, girl. You go for it.